Greetings, this is Ken Drews from the National Weather Service in Tucson. This video will recap where rainfall has been the best thus far this monsoon across southeast Arizona and what's in store for the remainder of the season. Remember, the official start of the monsoon was June 15th and the end will be September 30th. This is a total of 108 days. Day 54 of the monsoon was August 7th, so let's take a look at how we're doing for rainfall in southeast Arizona near the midpoint of monsoon 2016. Shown on the left is rainfall that occurred during June. As you can see by the red and yellow colors, some areas received anywhere from 2 to 5 inches of rainfall in June. It should be noted that some areas did receive an inch or two of rain during the first part of June, which is not technically part of the monsoon total. In any event, most areas were either near normal or wetter than normal in June, as shown on the right. In July, many areas received between 2 and 5 inches of rainfall, as shown in yellow and orange on the left, with some mountain locales tallying 5 to 8 inches. The Tucson Metro and parts of Cochise County were 1 to 3 inches above normal, as shown in dark green and blue on the map on the right. On the other hand, much of Santa Cruz and Greenlee counties were 1 to 2 inches below normal in July, as shown in yellow. The map on the left shows the rainfall received thus far during the monsoon through August 8th, and the map on the right shows the percentage of normal during that time period. Both maps show that portions of western Pima and Pinal counties and the Gila River Valley were shortchanged during the monsoon of 2016 thus far. Meanwhile, most other areas were at least normal or above normal, with parts of Cochise and eastern Pima counties receiving 2 to 3 times the normal amount of rainfall, as indicated on the right in dark green and blue. With that same map showing the percentage of rainfall through August 8th on the right, let's compare it to the Climate Prediction Center's rain forecasts made earlier this year. The outlooks for June through August on the top left and July through September on the lower left projected equal chances of wetter, drier, or near normal rainfall across all of Arizona. The map on the right definitely shows the hit and miss nature of monsoonal rainfall, with areas of greens and blues showing wetter than normal conditions, covering similar sized areas as the whites indicating normal rainfall and browns showing drier than normal conditions. Looks like the greens and blues may be slightly more prevalent in southeast Arizona, however. Now let's take a look at the factors that went into the forecast. The possible development of La Nina was one factor that could lean us toward a wetter monsoon. The La Nina had not fully developed by the end of July, so one of the expected results, namely increased tropical cyclone activity in the Gulf of Mexico, did not occur either. However, in early August, we finally did see the formation of Hurricane Earl in the Caribbean. Earl would dissipate over Mexico, but redevelop as Javier in the Pacific. Javier eventually steered moisture and areas of heavy rain into southeast Arizona, but that occurred beyond the midpoint of the monsoon and is not included in the rainfall statistics shown in this video. Another factor that went into the forecast for this monsoon was the projected location of upper-level high pressure, which affects how moisture may be directed into our area. It was thought that high pressure may become established over the Great Basin, which would have spelled moist easterly flow for southeast Arizona. The high never really made it that far northwest, but however it did set up in favorable positions in New Mexico and near the Four Corners area, coinciding with our wet periods during late June and late July. Finally, climate models favored a better chance for a wetter first half of the monsoon compared with the second half. We certainly had respectable rainfall totals in many areas, but as usual, some locations did not quite receive their share. So how do these factors change going forward? Current indications favor high pressure shifting into northern Mexico as shown on the left, which is a fairly typical setup for September. The wild card here is whether we can maintain a moist south or southeast flow around the high, or if the high elongates westward or shifts too far south, both of which would result in a drier southwest flow. The forecast for a trend toward La Nina conditions or cooling in the eastern Pacific, with that trend shown in the center graph, indicates a slight trend toward being wet, but also means less activity from the tropics affecting us. Finally, on the right, the latest climate models are indicating higher probabilities for wetter weather for September, especially near the New Mexico state line. Putting all those factors together, among others, climate scientists at the Climate Prediction Center have projected that the last week in August will be drier than normal in southeast Arizona, as shown on the left. However, the outlook for September is for a slightly better chance for above normal rainfall, especially for Pinal, Graham, and Greenlee counties, as shown in green on the map on the right. Taking a peek ahead to this fall, the outlook for September through November returns to equal chances of wetter, drier, or near normal rainfall for all of Arizona. Therefore, if you'd like more rain, it looks like September may be your best bet. Remember, rainfall during September usually runs off quickly since soils in washes and stream beds are fairly saturated. So when rain does occur at your location or upstream, be prepared for quick rises in washes and do not drive through rapidly flowing water across a roadway. In other words, turn around, don't drown. Thank you for listening to this presentation. For additional information about the monsoon, climate prediction, and monsoon safety, see the websites listed here. All of these are linked from the National Weather Service Tucson website, weather.gov/Tucson. Remember, stay safe.